Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope everybody is doing well or as well as could be um, expected. All right. Got a topic I'm going to talk about tonight. Literally was a conversation. Um, it literally was a conversation that happened at dinner tonight. And so I want to bring it up to you. And so I want to discuss this situation with you tonight. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Um, hello to everybody on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Thank you for joining tonight. So I want to have a conversation. This was something I would discuss tonight. Um, I agree. I'm just going to set that. I agree to a degree. I disagree to a whole nother degree. Um, the conversation, and I'm going to bring you into the conversation that some family members and I had tonight. And I'm going to be very frank and open. It's a straight talk. Normally, I don't try to do scriptures on straight talk. I just keep it straight. But some scriptures may have to come out because it's a conversation. So I'm not going to try to make this a ministry of the table. But you know, as y'all know, I am unapologetically, Christian, unapologetically Black, of course, unapologetically in the Word. So, with that being said, I want to get into a conversation that I had tonight, and I don't always subscribe to, and let me be very frank, I don't always subscribe to. We got to agree to disagree. I don't think there are times that you have to agree to disagree. I think there are times you just disagree and you agree. I don't think every moment calls for us to have to agree to disagree. I think there are some things you're just going to have to disagree on and be done with it. Um, I just don't. So I'm going to give you the context of it, of the conversation, and then, we'll move on. Probably just try to stick on this topic because there was another conversation that came up too. And I'm not a fan of that topic either. So let me do some announcements. Please do me a wonderful favor. I want y'all to continue to pray for Mom Wanda, Dr. Wanda Davis, and the family, Wendy, Whitney, their husbands, the grandchildren, the Fletcher, the Howell, the Stallworth, the Davis, the Owens, First App members, just people who love Mom Wonder across the board. Let's continue to keep that family in your prayers, please. Um, keep. I'm only saying this because Amy put it on her social media. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. Keep Deborah McGill in your prayers. Her mom transitioned today. Those of you that know Deborah McGill, of course, Tony McGill's wife, the mother of Amy, Anise, and Anthony, or as we call him, TC, or Nisi as we call. Keep them in, that family in your prayers. All the siblings, the Johnson family is such a big family, so I want you to keep everybody in prayer as she transitioned earlier today. All right, now Wednesday. All right, let me talk about Wednesday, and then we'll move on. So Wednesday. All right, Wednesday, everybody, Wednesday. I don't know if this is going to work on, what do you call it? Instagram, but let's see. Oh, okay, let's see if I can get it to work. Okay, it showed it at first. Now I can't get it to show. Okay, well, I tried and I tried. All right, so I was trying to show the flyer. When I flipped it over, it showed it in the beginning, and now it ain't showing. All right, let me see if I can flip my camera back. All right, What just happened? All right. All right, so it wasn't showing. So anyway, so on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, I'm in revival. I'm with Overseer Morris, and I'm at the I Am the Word of God Ministries in Los Angeles, 1478 East 92nd Street in Los Angeles, 7 p.m. nightly, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 p.m. nightly. So if you're anywhere in the LA area, please come and support. If you can't, send your prayers. It's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, October 25th, 26th, 27th. All right, 26th is a special day. That's our youngest. Soraya will be 16 on the 26th. All right, Soraya will be 16 on the 26th. So shout out to Soraya, who will be turning 16 on the 26th of this month. Okay, all right, so here's the revival information that's for you. I'll repost it so everybody can see. All right, so let's get into this discussion on this evening. All right, so what are we talking about? I want to talk about this. I want to talk about not my fault, so why apologize? Not my fault, why apologize? So we was having a conversation tonight. We had several conversations tonight where I was, and you know, I think there are moments in time. Well, let me ask you, for those of you that are viewing, do you think you should apologize for something that you didn't do? All right. Give me some AP, artist participation. Do you think you should apologize for something you should do? Right now, just give me a yes or no. All right. Yes or no. Okay. Don't give me an explanation right now. I just want to see what you're thinking. All right. If you have not done anything wrong, do you think, feel, believe that you should apologize? Answer yes or no. All right. Answer yes or no. So the question is, if you have not done anything wrong, should you apologize? Yes or no. Okay. All right. So I see Johnny Thompson says yes. Anybody over here in Facebook world, YouTube world, that believes that if you have not done anything wrong, should you apologize? All right, right? Yes or no. If your answer is yes, you should apologize if you haven't done anything wrong. Right? No, if you haven't done anything wrong. All right. So here's the question again. If you have not done anything wrong, should you apologize? Yes or no? All right. So thus far, I only got one yes. I don't know if anybody else is going to help participate in this question. All right. So that's the question on the floor. If you have not done anything wrong, should you apologize? And if you do, write in the comment section yes, if you believe you should, or no. All right. I just want to get an idea of your perspective. Okay. Or let me say this. All right. So, all right. Sonia Wade says no. Okay. Let me ask you, and I'm gonna go to the next question. So if you're coming in, I want to know, do you think you should apologize for something you've done and that you have not done? It's not your fault. Should you apologize? Yes or no? All right. Now, let me add on to that. Okay, let me add on to that. Is there a yes and no answer? All right. Is there a yes and a no answer? Is it yes, you should always apologize? Or there are times, no, you should not apologize because it's not your fault. Okay. Is there a time you're saying, so is it a direct yes, yes, you should apologize, even when it's not your fault? Okay. All right. Or is it a yes and no? So yes is no matter what the situation is, and it's not my fault, I should apologize. No is no, I'm not apologizing no matter what the circumstance is. Or is it a yes and no? Meaning, I think there are times I should and times I should not. I think that's under the category of depends. Okay. My girl Sonia Threed over here says, she said that's a hard question. She said that's a hard question. Okay. All right. Okay. So so that was a conversation that was had tonight at dinner where I was. And and of course I was talking to people who were believers. I don't necessarily always subscribe to the fact that you should have to apologize when it's not your fault. I'm like, well, when does the person that you're apologizing to or people feel you should apologize, at what point do they come to a place of accountability? Right? Like, oh, I'm sorry if I've offended you. I'm sorry if I did something wrong, because me, I just feel within myself, it's like there was, it's a sense of humility when you apologize knowing you didn't do anything. Like, I don't fly with that all the time. I don't think it's a sense of humility all the time. Now, and I said, I believe there are times you should apologize for something wrong. Here's the reason why. And I read what somebody said, when you choose, watch this, relationship over being right. When you choose relationship over being right. Like, I value the relationship. So I'm going to do everything within my strength and power because of the relationship. I'm going to apologize because I value the relationship. I'll go ahead and lose the battle so I can win the war, somebody else said. Somebody else said, this is a situation where I'm going to take one for the team. However, I don't necessarily subscribe to the fact, and feel free to chime in while I'm talking and give your perspective or your thoughts. I don't necessarily subscribe to the fact that, that should be the case. Like, and scriptures came up, Bible says, follow peace with all men. Now that's funny to me, because why is it that I have to follow peace with all men, but the person that I'm at, and just using as an example, the one that I'm at war with, the one I'm in disagreement with, is not following peace? But I've got to follow peace with all men. I have to be blessed of the peacemakers when the person that I'm in conflict with has no desire to resolve the situation because they got an issue and a problem. Now, I do know it said that if, in Matthew 5, that if your brother, if you remember that someone has an ought against you, go to them, right? But I've been through experiences where other people were telling me how somebody else felt. And I felt within myself, you want me to go and apologize to Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mary, Jane, and Sue, based upon something you're telling me that they told you. And they have enough time to have dialogue and communication with you, but they don't want to talk to me. Now, they're offended, he's offended, she's offended, or the group is offended by something per se that I said, right? My sister Rochelle talked about perception versus reality. I'm not going to discount in the person's perception, because that sometimes you have to fix the situation. I'm concerned about, I'm not, and it could come off as pride, and that's, that I'm not going to keep apologizing for something I know I didn't do, with you. I'm just not going to. Like, where's the accountability? Somebody says, well, you can't make it about you, but it is about me. It really is. It really is about me. It's about me making this decision. Oh, that's pride. Then it's like, well, why is it prideful for me? And, and church people get on my nerves because we start trying to spiritualize every freaking thing. And I'd be like, what? Like, are you serious? Like, be the better person. Why it's always interesting how other people are expected to be the better person, but then the person who's causing all the drama is not being held accountable to be the better person. Who's telling the person, right? Who's telling everybody, oh, I got an issue with Dwayne, or I got an issue with Sonia, or I got an issue with Tira, I got an issue with Marie, I got an issue with Jennifer, I got an issue with, you get what I'm saying? Who holds that person accountable? Why are the scriptures always quoted? At what point does somebody be like, you need to get that together? That's not cool. Well, they got to apologize to me, and I think it's a big issue. Sonia says, I know people that would never apologize, and that's not right. Now, I agree, that's not right. Now, my focus is not on the person who doesn't, per se, apologize. I'm talking about, I know I haven't done nothing. I know I've not done anything, right? And I think at some point, why am I the only one valuing the relationship? And then you go to some people and you say to them, I apologize. Because here's the deal. I can't be held accountable for something I don't know I did. I was offended by, okay, well, I don't know that. And this issue is not my fault. So I'm about to keep peace about something that I don't even understand. And I still have no clarity. I still don't know, what am I apologizing for? I still don't know, forgive me, pardon me. I don't even know what I'm pardoning for, because everybody else didn't say what they said, right? And then now I have to battle, and I've done this, and I've dealt with this. I got to battle dealing with people who said all kind of shameful crap about me. And this person is going around and everybody else is all lovey-dovey and, how you doing and all of that. And I'm sitting there praying like, oh, so because you got out of this what you want. So somebody said, well, that's God testing you to see what you're going to do. First of all, God don't have to see nothing I'm going to do, because he already know what I'm going to do before I do it. Secondly, God knows how I am. Then he knows he has a strong idea of how I'm going to respond to this, because he allows me, even though his knowledge is beyond my understanding, he allows me to make decisions based upon me. And so I'm not saying there are not times you're going to have to, but I'm not talking about every time. I always apologize, because I just want to keep the peace. That's not me, because I think that at what point does that other person become accountable? This mess is what it is because of you. You started this drama. You started this foolishness. Well, they're offended about something. Well, I don't know what the something is. I have no clue. Well, I'm telling you, I told somebody a long time ago, they was like, well, so and so is offended by what you said. Well, why are they talking to you? Right. Like I said, well, why are they talking to you? Why they got to have conversation with you when they don't feel comfortable come talk to you? Then I feel they shouldn't say nothing to you either. Because if y'all, well, don't the Bible say? Don't the Bible say if you remember your brother? Well, I didn't know the person had an ought against me. I didn't know they had an ought against me. I didn't know she had an ought against me. I didn't know he had an ought against me. So why you quote scriptures? I said, did you say quote the same scripture that said if your brother trespass against you, go to them? Did you go to the person? Did you go have conversation with the individual that you felt offended you? Did you go and have a conversation? Why everybody know except the person that you got the problem with? That's what does not make sense to me. Like, what? You said some stuff. Your insecurities put you in the position, in the place. Why God? Well, just apologize so it can be done with. Done with on what? Because I'm going to keep on honest with you. And maybe, okay, straight talk, maybe there's an inch, a pint of pride in that. Because my mind is like, I know I didn't do nothing wrong. So now I'm apologizing for something I didn't do. Now the person then, which I apologize, said, see, I told you. See, I don't know. I don't know if nobody thinks like that, but that's a battle for me. That could be pride. I'm going to keep it one of that could be pride. I'm like, Lord, show it to me. Because I'm not seeing that. I'm not saying, not that I don't want to see it. I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing it. I don't see that. Oh, you just don't know. It's not that I don't want to see it. I don't see it. I'm apologizing. And that's what, see, I told y'all. See, see, you worrying about what other people think. It's not just worrying about what other people think. I love my character. I'm like the Tyler Perry playing movie. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need no assistance in helping me do shady stuff. If I want to be shady, I know how to be shady. If I want to be prideful, I know how to be prideful. If I want to be stubborn, I know how to be stubborn. If I want to be aggressive, I know how to be aggressive. If I want to be assertive, I know how to be assertive. If I want to be sweet, I know how to be sweet. I know how to be kind. I know how to tell you off. I know how to tell you shut up. I know how to tell you I'm not dealing with your bull. I know how to do all of that. I know how to do it. If I want you to know what I'm thinking, I'm going to tell you. Half the time, I try to keep myself from saying stuff to people because I know how I am. I've always been blunt and straightforward. My mom tell me all the time, you just say what you just said and you don't use no tag. No, I didn't. I'm cutthroat when it comes to stuff, and especially if you're coming after my character. And then being saved and a Christian, and then he's telling me, be quiet. Like I had an opportunity to tell somebody off, and the Lord would not allow me to. I knew it was God. I knew it was God because I said I had it planned in my mind how I was going to do it. I was going to let them talk, and I was going to say, let me tell you about you. And I was going to use the scripture to justify my action. Open rebuke is better than secret love. I was going to check them because I felt within myself, you needed to be checked. You needed to be corrected because of how you did to me. Who's defending me? I don't care what nobody say. Who's defending me? Who's standing up for me? Where's my Peter to cut off somebody's ear? Well, I gotta always be the one like Jesus and pick up the ear and put it back on there. Okay, maybe that's just me. You see that? Why I can't cut off the ear? Do you get what I'm saying? There comes points in time in your life. These things get there. And so it was a battle. Like, I get it. Sometimes there are times you should apologize, even not your fault. There are times like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't think that's, I'm not going to jail because I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not going to allow let me tell you something. I'm not going to allow no police officer. I'm not going to allow no police officer. I'm not going to allow no church person, no family member, no law enforcement. You're not about to make me. And well, if you don't do X, Y, this can happen. Then I'm about to be died or put in jail because you're not about to threaten me. You're not about to make me feel like I could just That's no. You're not, let's make a deal. No, we're not this. You ain't Monty Hall and you ain't whatever that other guy who does it now. Okay. I can't think of the guy's name. I see his face, but I can't think of his name. No, we ain't about to make no deals. It makes no sense to me. I'm not, no, what for? I think it's for me personally, I think it's ridiculous. No. No. I didn't do anything. And so that's why I think it really depends. I'm not going to jail for something I didn't do. So how come in church we got to just take the high road on certain aspects? Not all the time, no. Let's deal with it. This is your fault. Let's check you. Let's deal with you. You didn't handle that right. Somebody you need to apologize. They didn't do anything wrong. You feeling some type of way. And you need to deal with your feeling. So Sonia says a lot of people had held on to grudges, and when they finally talk, they don't even know what the grudge is all about, and finally realize they weren't talking for 20 years. Wow. Now that's real talk right there. That's real talk. That's real talk. And I'm just saying, I don't think every case calls for an apology. I just don't. I don't believe you need to apologize every single time. No. Now, when you file and you're wrong and it's your fault, you need to say something. I just don't feel every time that it's not my fault. And you can quote scriptures all day long. Follow peace with all men. And much lie within you, be at peace with all men. I'm trying to be at peace. But you're cantankerous. And see, my issue is when you go to people and you say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you was offended by what I did. And then they look at you, oh, no. What are you talking about? I did that because somebody told me some stuff and I reached out to the person and they said, oh, that person misunderstood. Well, what do you mean they misunderstood? And so me, after a while, I can't tolerate that stuff. Because now I'm about to go back to the person who told me somebody was offended, and I had a conversation with the person, whether verbal or through text. Because sometimes, I'm going to tell y'all, I like texting people when I got challenges. Because when you put it in text form, that stuff can be recorded. It can be kept as written statements that will hold up in the court of law. Versus people start changing up their words. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? And then they be in there committing perjury because they're lying. It's like, you're not going to make me do that. I'm not going to. Like I said, now, I just don't feel, I'm not going to jail. Oh, you did X, Y, and Z. No, I'm not apologizing for that. That's not my fault. Like, I know a lot. I was telling somebody, was that at my job? I said, oh, see, they have this thing, snitches get stitches. Let me tell you something. I ain't down for the set. I don't care if I raised in a Crip neighborhood, Blood neighborhood, whatever neighborhood is in. All right, all the homies, whether they was gangbanging or not, knew you're going to have to kill Dwayne Loughridge. Because I'd rather be dead and lose and dead and maintain my integrity than be alive and have lost my integrity. If you don't want, I'm not going to jail for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to go down for the hood. No, snitches get stitches. Absolute snitches. This one ain't getting no stitch. And I told somebody, that if you kill me, and I told people, I'm going to let people know. In my family, I told people over and over again, listen, I said, in my family, please understand, I got attorneys in my family. I have doctors in my family. I have gangbangers in my family. I have ex-cons in my family. I have spiritual people, prayer warriors, prophets, all of that in my family. You see what I'm saying? I got people that carry guns. I have people in law enforcement in my family. So I'm covered. So, I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, so-and-so, I told so-and-so. And then I told somebody, listen, if I come up missing, I'm bringing your name up. Well, how you know it's going to be me? I said, I don't know. Well, you're the last person I had this conversation with. So if by chance something happens to me, I already told so-and-so and so, if I come up missing, if something happens to me, go after this one. But, I'm not going to jail for you. No. Did you? No. I had somebody lie on me in church that could have messed up my reputation. Straight out line. And my nephew called me and asked me a question. I was like, no. I was like, no. Absolutely not. Well, Uncle, I want you to be offended. No, I'm not offended. Ask. Somebody I don't even talk to. Try to put me on the same level as some of these other individuals that's sleeping around with other males in the church. No. Because he knew some other people that was doing that. No. What are you saying? I wasn't offended by the question. What I was offended by, you coming after my character. You coming after my name. And let me tell you something. I'm going to say something. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. You got to make sure. Some of us have been in some situations where our life, our livelihood, our family, our integrity could have been jacked up. Let me tell you something. If you have been in a situation, or if you are in a situation right now that can ruin you, and you have a way of escape, get out. Take that way of escape and make sure you don't put yourself in any other form of compromised position. Well, I don't care if it's sexual, a sexual scandal, a burglary scandal, a lying scandal, a child abuse scandal. If you're in a situation where your life is in jeopardy and somehow you did not go to jail, you did not get your life taken or whatever, don't put yourself in a situation again. See, it's one thing to get overtaken. Sometimes we make stupid decisions. Sometimes we make immature decisions. Sometimes we make decisions that are dumb, stupid, foolish, dangerous, hazardous, unhealthy, unwise, immature, childish, devilish, diabolical, cantankerous, ludicrous. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever other word you can come up with. Idiotic. It's stupido. Whatever you want to say. When you come out of that situation, don't go back into that. You got a way of escape. People can hold stuff up. Let me tell you something. There's stuff that people can hold over your head. But I'm telling you, you better be like a Kevin Hart. You better be like a Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was like, I'm going to tell on myself. Who does that? A person who says, you're not going to get the best of me. You're not going to blackmail me. You ain't gonna pimp me for some money. You're not gonna get no money out of me. No, I'm telling on myself. Because even though I may have done wrong, my integrity is more important now. Yeah, I screwed up. Yeah, I didn't operate in integrity in that situation. Oh, but I'm about to operate in integrity now. I'm about to operate on a deeper scale now. You're not about to mess me up. You're not about to ruin my life. if you got to be down. I'm not going down for you. I'm not going to do it. So I'm telling you, my God, Sister Lorena said, and there's some cray-crays in your, yeah, there's some cray-crays. We ain't playing that. My cousin Micah was incarcerated and something went down and I was angry. He got on live while incarcerated and was like, cousin, what's going on? And was like inboxing me talking about, in so many words, let's just say he was saying, I may be in, but I'm not not connected. I'm not about to put him in jeopardy over some stupid stuff that somebody was doing in church. Now, let me tell y'all something. People will put you in the mentality and in the place where you want to take them out. I told somebody, that person needs to die. Somebody came for me in a very horrendous way. And like I told you about when my nephew asked me a question, came at me in a very horrendous way, very horrible way. And I wanted that person to die. Y'all ain't gonna like this truth tonight, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I wanted somebody said, oh, that's the extreme. That's right. And what they said about me is extreme. So the best way for them not to ever speak again is that they have no life on the earth. I know this is shocking some of y'all right now, because it's straight talk, right? I wanted the person to die, not lose a limb, not have a voice, none of that. I wanted them to die. I wanted them floating at the end of the week. And let me tell you how the devil works, how demons work, how principalities work. One of the young men I helped mentor just got out of jail, found me. And he said, I just want to reach out and tell you, Mr. Loughridge, I'm so grateful for you being in my life. When my daddy wasn't there, you was there. You try to make sure I stayed on the straight path. Man, if there's anything I can do for you, listen to my words. If there's anything, Mr. Loughridge, I can do for you along the way, you might, y'all know I don't like this word, but he was like, you my nigga, man, you my nigga. And I was like, I know you don't like that word, Mr. Loughridge, but I'm sorry, I'm from the street, and that's how I talk. And he was like, he kept using the N-word all over and over and over again. And then he was like, and if anybody ever threaten you, anybody ever come for you, man, I will go to jail for you. I will F them up for you. I would take them out. Let me tell y'all something. What I was going through right now, what I was experiencing at that moment in time, people think just because something is working out on you, look like it's working out for you, doesn't mean it's a God thing. I ain't gonna lie, for a brief moment, Lorena, I was like, I said, hold on. I walked away. I said, hold on real quick. Let me go. Hold on real quick. I was walking around in my kitchen saying to myself, wow, look at this. He just said, if I'll go to jail for you. I ain't gonna lie, for a brief moment. And I'm saying brief, like 1 or 2 minutes. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to get rid of my enemies. Because he said he can take this person out. I thought about it for about 1 or 2 minutes. And I was like, nope. And I told him, and he kept saying, I'm telling you, whatever you need, I got you. That's the second time in my life he's done that. First time, he was like, if you ever going through a financial situation, I'll sell drugs. He said, and the money that I needed at the time was like between $2,500, $3,000. He said, I can make that in an hour and I'll bring it to you. That's how important. And in that season, I contemplate, same person. Different scenario, same person. Because that situation was more about maintaining a livelihood, because we were struggling financially at that point. This other situation was you coming after my integrity. You got to die. And people are like, no, die. Buried. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Watch this. I'm not talking about before salvation. I'm not talking about before salvation. I'm talking about since salvation. I'm not talking about in my 20s. I'm not talking about in my 30s. I was in my early 40s when I contemplated and was thinking about that stuff. You got to be careful of how you deal with people, because you don't know where their mind is, where they have come from. My sister told me years ago, I'm glad the Lord saved you when he did, because you would either been dead in jail or have killed somebody because of how your mind works. That's when you got to be careful how you talk to people, how you say crazy stuff to people, because some people will take you out. You don't know how people think in their mind. You don't know what they got going on in their mind. You don't know what's going on in their mind or what they've experienced and what trauma they've experienced. And they would literally take you out. They ain't talking about taking you out to dinner. They air you out. Forget squabbling. Forget catching the fade. No, you, the priest or whomever, need to say ashes to ashes and dust to dust. You'll lose it if you're not careful. Yes, you will. You will black out and don't even know it. You wake up and it's a bloody mess because you didn't hurt somebody. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say you got. That's why. That's why. And how I got to that point was the simple fact of saying, I'm not going. No. This ain't my fault. I'm not going to jail for you. No. That's something I'm not apologizing for, because I'm not going to jail for you. It's not my fault. So I'm not. No. So I think in reason there are times you may have to say, I apologize, and you didn't do anything wrong. But at other time, Once again, I look at it like this. If I value my relationship over being right, I look at it from the perspective of I'm going to lose this battle so I can win the greater war. And I'm going to take one for the team. But listen, you can't always take one for the team. That's the perspective. I read somebody said those 3 points. They said sometimes you got to choose relationship over. You got to choose relationship over right. Is this relationship of value? Because if it's a value, you ain't gonna worry about being right. Like how you been done. And right now, you're agreeing that my relationship is more important. Watch this, even though the other person's not seeing it, even though the other person is not understanding it. You be the bigger person, and that was difficult. Like real talk. Straight talk, just straight talk. All right. Questions anybody have? If you have a question, write in the comment section, I have a question, or put in the comment section question, put the question mark in there, the punctuation on question mark. If you have a question about what I'm saying as far as tonight, okay? And you know what I'm saying? It just, I'm just telling you. You just don't know. And so I believe, like I said, there are times, you know what? Agree with your adversary quickly. Okay. I'm going to keep the peace. You don't want to keep the peace. Yes. Yes. Thank you. My bro, Johnny Thompson says, I agree with your perspective for sure. Appreciate it. And it's okay. Let me tell you something. It's okay to disagree with me, y'all. I ain't God. He's the one that's always right. A fooling God is always right. I ain't God, I ain't no fool. Okay? Keisha says you just get tired of being the bigger. You do. But that was my challenge, is that that was my concern, Keisha, is when you always got to be the bigger person. And you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do this, and you should. Who's talking to him? Who's talking to her? Who's talking to them? Well, you know how they are. Okay, yeah, we know how they are. So why do I have to be the one to step up? Tell them to step up. Who's holding the one who got the problem? And like I said earlier, I don't want to sound repetitive and redundant, but I'm tired of when people got a whole bunch of stuff to say. I tell my wife, people go say stuff to her. Oh, they feel they can't tell you. Then tell them to shut up talking to you. If they can't come talk to me, don't let them come talk to you. Like I'm holding you accountable to that. You just not approachable. Why? Because I'm not going to take nobody's mess. You're not going to. I'm supposed to sit there and just take accusations. That's the part of Jesus I don't have. And I've been saved since 14. Preaching since 16. Let me tell you something. That's not the part of Jesus I have. Father, forgive them for they don't know what they do. Yes. But to tolerate, I'll be that Jesus who flip over tables and whoop your behind. You want to talk about that, Jesus? Because he says, you have made my Father's house a den of lions. I am the tabernacle of God. My body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. Kill him. You get what I'm saying? We don't want that Jesus who flips over tables and whoops people out of the temple. We don't want that Jesus. So, I get it. But I'm just saying, I just don't think all the time. And don't try to spiritualize it. Don't try to make, what would Jesus do? Don't give me that. Jesus told some people, you generation of vipers. Don't give me that. I don't want to hear that. We won't, and that's something I said I never want to do. I never, ever, ever want to use the word of God for my own selfish aggrandizement. I don't want to do it for my own self-pleasure. Bible says men will be lovers of their own self. They're so caught up in themselves, they don't see nobody else. I don't ever want to do that. But you got people scandalizing your name. You got people saying dirty stuff. And I'm telling you, it's horrible. And can I take this let me take this to the next level. Can we talk? Straight talk, right? Can we talk? Can I talk to some of you all? I said this to some young people at my job. I said, you got some weak friends. Because if you're no longer with him, you're no longer with her, you're no longer, whether it's romantic relationship or friendship, you want to dissolve whatever, right? Why y'all keep coming back and telling the person who's no longer with him or her, whether it's, like I said, romantic or not, why you coming back? Oh, did you know he doing da 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 da? Why are you telling me that? I ain't with him no more. Why are you telling me that? I'm not with her no more. Or they said this about you. What? You a friend. Why are you coming back telling me stuff? So now I don't want to deal with you. And now people talking about, oh, I didn't want to deal with them because they messy. They picking his side. They picking her side. Oh, you know what? God is always working. God is working on them. God is working on her. Well, okay, I get it. God working on them. But let God work on them. But at what point are y'all going to hold him accountable? When you going to hold her accountable? When you going to hold that bishop accountable? When you going to hold that police officer accountable? When you going to hold that next door neighbor accountable? When you going to hold that black man accountable? When you going to hold that white woman accountable? At what point? And you bringing me junk. If they're already your friends, they're not going to keep bringing everything. Something is wrong when people feel comfortable coming to you. I had a situation, I ain't going to go into it, but I had a deeper going into it. I had a situation where my name was brought up about a situation that I didn't even know. How are people telling me or telling other people on more than one occasion? With my name, oh, you got a problem with so and so and so and so and so. No, I don't. Well, so and so and so and so said that you and so and so and so and da 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 da. No, that's why I like to get people together. Be like, yo, come here. I did that. The person was angry. The person was upset. I can't believe you put me on Front Street like that. No, fool. You put yourself on Front Street because you as an individual opened up your mouth and said, so-and-so said X, Y, and Z. Oh, definitely, I'm about to bring them together. And that's why a lot of people don't have conversations with me. Because listen, you're not about to say this one said this about me and that one. I've confronted people. You know, somebody was talking about me like a dog, and you went in and you sat at their table, and you're going to tell me, oh, because he or she cooks good? But they assassinated my character, and you sat at their table and ate? Well, that's between you and them. Oh, guess what? Our relationship changed. Oh, it dramatically changed. Do I still love them? Absolutely. Is our relationship the same? Absolutely not. This person tried to destroy me, and you sat at their table. Or more than one occasion, you rode in their car. They sat at dinner and said all kind of crap about me, and then you got me picking you up. You got me talking to you, and then you turn around, right? I'm like, no. Are you kidding me? Nah. I'm like, I can't believe it. So no, I'm like, no. You want to get, this happened, a situation happened years ago. You disrespected me, talked about me like a dog. And during that time, and then you want to come give me a gift for my housewarming? Absolutely not. Y'all can keep that spiritual stuff to yourself. Yeah, you know, oh, let your enemy bless you. No, he wasn't blessing me. No, I don't want what you have. You need to apologize. And you're too honorary to apologize. So forget you and your gift. Forget you and your gift. Oh, no. Well, who told you that? And you're dumb. You're going to tell somebody that's at that time, we reconnected, we reconciled, the person apologized. You know, it had to be rebuilt again. But you tell one of my sons, and they come and tell me, and oh, they lying. So then I describe what their house look like. I ain't never been there. So why would they, what reason would they? And you told him, like he was gonna tell his dad that one of his close friends is running his mouth about him? And then I came to you, and you would just, was I hurt? Yes. If you would have apologized, it would have been like good. I would have worked with him, but no, you lied. And then other people thought, oh, Dwayne, just give him another chance. No, he hasn't apologized. Bump him. Forget him. At that time, I was like, to hell with him. That's what I said. My mom was like, you can't be that way. No, Mom. I was angry. When they found out, they was like, well, we understand how. No, that's how I felt at that time. I was angry. I was like, no, we're supposed to be cool. And you do this, you dirty. And then people catering, oh, Dwayne, just give him that. No, y'all call him and tell him he was wrong. Why y'all talking to me? Because you mature, you this. Oh, okay, thank you. But why y'all not dealing with this? Why y'all not checking the person? Why me? Well, no. The same Jesus I serve, the same one he served. Same Jesus he prays to, the same one I pray to. If he dealing with me about stuff, he need to deal with them. Come on. And it becomes draining when you got to keep trying to pacify these spiritual babies who's still on the sugar tit, as Dad the Cure would say. Like, no. My God just said, bump him, don't answer that. That was my mindset. Let me tell you, I come from a cussing past. So I really had to start working on myself. I ain't lying. I started, as they call it, praying in the spirit. God, you got to help me. Or I went there. God, you got to help me. Father, you got to help me. You got to help me. I tell people all the time, I believe that's why I speak in tongues so much, so I won't do certain stuff and say certain stuff. So I go into tongues. But I'm just telling you all. Okay? These are serious situations. And you, like my girl Keisha said, you get tired of being a bigger person sometimes. It's like, come on. But when you go hold that person accountable, I've had people talk to me several occasions. Well, have you talked to so? No, why not? I'm just now hearing what you're telling me. So now I got to figure out a way to say it. Not because I'm trying to be generous and nice. Because, people be like, well, how did I just come up? Oh, y'all were talking about me? See, now, and then I got to deal with you or him or her or them in a different light. No. Then you got people, you feel, hey, you're my son, right? I'm your uncle. I'm big bro. I'm mentor. But I realized with a lot of people, I was mentor, brother, dad, pops, big unc, big bro, until I had to hold them accountable for their activity. And that's when the dynamics of the relationship changed. That's when it changed. Because now I'm correcting you. And then I realized, I used to be offended by it. I'm not offended no more. I realized that they didn't want to listen to me, so they started going to other people. I was like, oh, so they don't want to listen to me. And then there were people that was reaching out to me. Well, that's not your place. Oh, okay. Okay. There's one particular person, of course, won't mention their name, treating me like trash. Nobody knew this person I was not communicating. No one knew. People was asking me advice about these particular people or person, and I advised them, told them what to do. It was about almost 6 months to a year when they found out that I was not dealing with that person. They was like, why you didn't say anything? I said, could you tell? No. But we asked you, how's he doing? I said, oh no, I don't know how the person is doing. We haven't talked. I didn't come off like, I don't know, I ain't talking to him. I didn't give off the impression that he and I wasn't communicating. Somebody reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm about to beat him down because he disrespected one of my goddaughters. And they called me about it. And then before I can say, hey, I was like, he don't know that we not connected. The person who he offended didn't know we was no longer connected. And the person said, only because that's your godson, I'm not going to kick his butt. I could have been like, he ain't my godson. He disowned me. Kick his butt. I didn't do that. I don't ever try to be vindictive. I just have a saying, I'm not the one you turn against. I'm the one you turn to. I'm not the one that you deviate from. I'm the one that you come to. I'm the one that you can get advice from. I'm not your adversary, right? I'm your advisor. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the one you should be in conflict with. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you counsel and be your counsel. You understand what I'm saying? All right. I definitely wasn't trying to be on here this long. All right. I'm done. It's 10:30. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'm just sharing real experiences with you. Things that I've dealt with. Things that I've experienced. You see what I'm saying? Anybody got any questions? Or are we done? If you got any questions, remember I'm about to leave. All right. Put in the comment section. I have a question. I'll put in the comment section a question mark. So let me reiterate what I shared before, just in case. All right, let's keep in mind this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, I am in revival with overseer Morris. All right, yours truly, 7 p.m. nightly in the city of Los Angeles, California. Okay, I Am the Word of God Ministries, 1478 East 92nd Street. Once again, 1478 East 92nd Street. All right, I'm going to be in Revival, 7 p.m. nightly. If you're available to come, come. All right. All right. So it doesn't look like anybody has any questions in regards to that. You know, yeah. Yeah, and those who see that word with my gospel says it was bump him. Everybody know that's how my mind was. Bump him was like saying F him. That's a whole nother conversation. We think because we substitute words, it's not bad. It's not. No, even though I said bump him, I was thinking F bomb. Lord forgive me. I was just that angry. Be angry and sin not. You see what I'm saying? Please, once again, I want you to keep the McGill Johnson family in your prayer due to the transition of Mother Johnson, which is the mom of Deborah McGill, who transitioned earlier today. So I want you to keep them in prayer. The McGill family, the Johnson family, all of them, the grandchildren, the siblings, Deborah McGill siblings. Continue to pray for Wendy Fletcher, Whitney Owens. Who else? Oh yeah, Stephen Fletcher, Star. I can't remember. Darla, Tim. I'm forgetting somebody. Oh my gosh, Darla, Tim. Oh, I can't think of the baby's name. I cannot think of the baby's name. But keep them all in your prayer. All right. Don't be apologizing. You're all right. So so keep them in prayer, and just everybody who's going through season of time of death. Keep my goddess Lorena Davis in your prayer, and all of that. Lorena, not tonight. We'll talk because I gotta see how Thursday went. You know what I mean when I talk about Thursday. All right. Yeah. All right. I think that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate it. Don't go unrecognized because you don't have to take the time and be support. Do me a favor, invite people to my live when I come on. Of course, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Most likely, I'm not going to be doing this. I'll find out what's the Facebook page you can watch the stream on of me ministering at the revival. Okay. All right. So yeah. So just do that. Okay. I think that's it for me. Praise the Lord. All right. Now, if you want to be a blessing, here's one of the ways to be a blessing. Two of the ways. There's my information. If you want to be a blessing to the ministry, you're more than welcome to do so. All right. You're more than welcome to do so. All right. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. You all have a wonderful night. Oh, so when I say much prayer, much power, little prayer, little power, no prayer, no power, that comes from my uncle, Pastor Mac Washington. That was his closeout. And when I do, I believe God. That's what Prophet the Q say all the time. Also, Dad Al Johnson. But I heard it more from, both of them did it, but I've always heard that the Cure saying. So I'm going to end it with that. Much prayer, much power. Little prayer, little power. No prayer, no power. Go with God, and He will go with you. And I believe God.